some truths hide until someone dares to see them. This is Veilx TV.
Disclaimer. This content contains fictional, speculative, and AI-generated elements intended only for entertainment. Veilx TV does not claim any information shown as factual.
Most people believe the world map has stayed the same their entire lives. Continents don't move overnight. Countries don't shift locations. Oceans don't rearrange themselves while you're asleep. But millions of people online, from different countries, different ages, and different backgrounds, are reporting the exact same realization. The world map today is not the world they grew up with. Not a different version. Not a misremembering, but a map that is physically, geographically, unmistakably different from the one they were taught in school. And strangely, no official source acknowledges any change. It starts with a simple question. When did South America move? Ask anyone who experienced this Mandela Effect, and they'll tell you, South America used to be directly below North America, almost perfectly aligned. But look at a map today. It's shifted far to the east, tilted, almost pushing toward Africa. Millions insist this is not the continent they remember. They describe tracing it in school, coloring maps, memorizing shapes for exams, and every one of them remembers the same thing. South America was lower and directly underneath. Not twisted, not shifted, not drifting sideways across the Atlantic. But that's only the beginning. Next comes the Australia anomaly. There's a massive group of people who remember Australia being farther south, isolated, distant, nowhere near Papua New Guinea. But today Australia is closer to Asia, shockingly close. Close enough that some say it looks like it has drifted upward, or that Asia drifted downward, or that something else changed entirely. But no geological record supports such movement. No seismic report, no continental drift explanation, no scientific event capable of moving an entire landmass in a single lifetime. Then comes the missing islands. People from Europe, Africa, Asia, and North America all remember islands that no longer exist. A small island west of Australia, a cluster near Madagascar, a landmass below South America, and a tiny island chain north of Japan. Some remember them so clearly they can describe the flags, names, or capitals they were taught. But search for them now and you find nothing. Not a single satellite image, not a single atlas, not a single mention. As if the islands never existed. The strangest part, these people aren't connected. They aren't from the same country. They didn't go to the same school. They didn't learn from the same maps. Yet they remember the exact same shapes, the exact same positions, the exact same locations, as if the entire Earth they lived on isn't the one beneath their feet now. But the biggest red flag isn't the continents, the shapes of nations that are supposedly well documented and unchangeable. People remember borders that used to be straight but are now jagged, used to curve but are now angular, used to divide two countries but no longer exist, or never existed but suddenly appear on maps. And the strangest part? People recall studying these borders for exams, tracing them, memorizing them. Yet today, the lines they studied are nowhere to be found. So now the question becomes unavoidable. If millions of people have the same specific memories, and every one of those memories contradicts the world map we see today, then what changed? The map? Our memories? Or the timeline itself? This isn't a case of country names changing. This isn't misremembered geography. This is the global layout of the planet being different. And deep within online forums, archive threads, and voice messages from people who sound genuinely shaken, one theory keeps returning. The shift happened after 2012. As if the world did not end, but was replaced. Shifted, transitioned, realigned into a version of reality where the map has always looked like this. But our memories didn't change with it. Some believe we died, others say the timeline branched. Others whisper that CERN, in its attempt to open microscopic portals, opened something much bigger than they intended. But none of them can explain one chilling thing: why some people remember the old world map, while others only recall the current one. As if there are two types of people on Earth right now: those who shifted, and those who were always here. The more people investigate the map changes, the stranger the patterns become. What started with continents drifting into new positions grows into something far more disturbing. The realization that certain map changes appear to follow a sequence, as if each shift is part of an unfolding process. Not random, not chaotic, not accidental, but progressive, a series of adjustments to the world itself. The first pattern: the countries that moved closer. Large groups of people remember certain regions being farther apart. Japan supposedly farther from the coast of China, Greenland much smaller, Alaska less connected to Russia, the UK slightly lower, Africa not tilted but upright. In every case, people describe the same phenomenon: countries that are now closer than they should be, as if the planet's puzzle pieces were squeezed together. No tectonic explanation supports this. No geological event can account for it, and yet the same recall repeats across millions of minds. This leads to the second pattern. The second pattern: the impossible symmetry. Geographers who suffer the Mandela Effect report something unsettling. Certain shapes, curves, and borders seem too clean, too sharp, too aligned, almost as if the world map has been re-rendered. They speak about Australia's crisp outline, Africa's exact angles, Europe's oddly perfect symmetry, and the eerie smoothness of South America's eastern coast. Some describe the continents today as artificially precise. Others say they look programmatically updated, and it doesn't stop there. The third pattern: missing history. The timeline shift doesn't only change geography, it appears to erase entire historical contexts surrounding those locations. People who remember the old map also recall different climate zones, old political alliances, weather patterns that don't match current records, borders that fit past wars but now don't exist, countries whose shape once explained historical conflicts, but all evidence of those memories is gone. Every textbook, every archive, every atlas, every online reference, all rewritten to match the new version. It's as though someone cleaned the entire world's database overnight. Then comes the fourth pattern: the observer effect. The most chilling stories come from people who describe a moment, one single moment, when they looked at a map and instantly felt something was wrong. Not slightly off, not different in a small way, but wildly, impossibly incorrect. Some say their breath caught, others froze. A few describe it as a physical shock, a disorientation so deep that their brain tried to overlay the old world map on top of the current one, like two images fighting for dominance. This aligns with a phenomenon discussed in fringe physics circles: memory anchoring. A theory that consciousness carries an imprint of the world it originated from, a mental outline of geography that does not update automatically if the timeline shifts. Most people supposedly adapt, their memories adjust over time, but others retain the original anchor, and when they see the new map, the mismatch becomes undeniable. These are the ones who notice the changes. These are the ones who remember, and according to them, something changed again after 2020. They claim this shift wasn't as large as the 2012 realignment, but subtle adjustments continued. Coastlines slightly altered, island chains rearranged, peninsulas changing shape, nations seeming to tilt or slide on the globe, borders subtly drifting. Only a small portion of people notice each shift. But those who do describe the same thing: the map updated again. Not over millions of years, not even over centuries, but within a human lifetime, within a decade, within a year, sometimes within a week. And as more changes occur, the theory grows stronger. We are not on the Earth we started on. No tectonic plates could move this fast. No natural process could disguise itself this completely. No human could alter every map, textbook, globe, satellite dataset, and digital archive simultaneously. Unless the world didn't change, we did. Or, according to a darker theory, the shift continues, adjusting the world around us piece by piece, subtle enough that most minds don't resist it. But those who do resist it retains the memory of the world as it was, not as it is. And increasingly, they're asking the same terrifying question: if the map shifted, what else shifted with it? Because geography is only the surface layer. If continents can move, if islands can vanish, if borders can redraw themselves overnight, then maybe the biggest change, the one nobody has noticed yet, is still coming. You ever wake up, look at a world map, and something feels off? Not wrong, not new, just different. This is where the Mandela Effect hits its strangest level. Because this time, it's not about logos, movie lines, or cartoon characters. It's about the literal shape of our planet. The first red flag. For years, people online have been saying, why is Australia suddenly so far north? Since when is Japan that close to Russia? Why does South America look like it slid east? Why is Sri Lanka in a totally new spot? These aren't small details. These are entire continents shifting like puzzle pieces that don't quite fit anymore. The South America shift millions swear, millions, that they learned in school. South America was directly below North America. Now, it shifted far to the east, almost under the Atlantic. The common reaction, but that can't be right. People say it feels like someone grabbed the continent and dragged it across the map overnight. Australia's new position people also insist Australia used to be farther south, farther away from Asia, with nothing nearby except open ocean. But now, Papua New Guinea is right above it. Indonesia is much closer. The whole region looks like it's closing in, as if the landmasses drifted, but too fast for geology, too fast for nature. Just fast enough for a timeline shift. Italy, Greece, Sri Lanka, India. Another group swears Sri Lanka used to be below India, not to the side. Italy's boot shape looks off. Greece's coastline is too jagged, tiny details, but global. Millions seeing the same strange changes. At the same time, the most chilling part. These people aren't confused. They aren't trolling. They aren't using old maps. They are describing the same memory from all around the world. Different countries, different ages, different backgrounds, same confusion, same realization, and the same fear. Which version of Earth did we come from? The theory that terrifies everyone. Some claim that we're experiencing small timeline merges. Not enough to rewrite history, but enough to leave behind geographical scars. Like loading two versions of a video game map at once. A slight mismatch, barely noticeable, until it is. Everyone who notices the map shifts eventually reaches the same terrifying question. How can entire continents move without anyone remembering it happening? To understand this Mandela effect, you have to look at a theory scientists refuse to discuss publicly: timeline compression. The idea is simple and terrifying. When two versions of reality merge, the universe keeps the most stable version of events, but sometimes it keeps the wrong memories. Not wrong to you, wrong to the new timeline you're in, meaning your memories might be from a version of Earth that no longer exists. Why maps are the first to glitch. There's a reason people notice world maps first. Maps are fixed, universal, and standardized. You don't question them, you accept them. So when something shifts even a little, your brain catches it instantly. But here's the disturbing part. People aren't just remembering different maps. They're remembering different coastlines, different distances, different island clusters, different continental angles, different ocean borders. These aren't tiny artistic redraws, these are structural changes. The memory interference point. Researchers studying the Mandela effect noticed something strange. People who report map changes also report déjà vu spikes, sudden anxiety, feeling out of place, homes that feel slightly unfamiliar, childhood locations that feel wrong. It's as if their memories are trying to sync with the new reality, but can't. As if the brain is running two versions of Earth at once. Their case study, the moving Italy. Hundreds of thousands claim Italy used to lean left, not forward. Others say Sicily was farther away. Cartographers brush it off as imagination. But these people all give the same description. Italy rotated. Just slightly, just enough to feel wrong. Imagine waking up to find your front door is on the wrong side of your house. Still the same house, but your memory doesn't match. That's the feeling. The Sri Lanka dislocation. One of the most reported geographic Mandela effects. People swear Sri Lanka used to be directly below India, not tucked to the southeast. This shift changed. Weather patterns, ocean currents, even perceived travel distances. Millions remember the same old position, but no map today shows it. Not one. So what does this mean? There are three possible explanations, and none of them are comforting. 1. We shifted into another timeline with slightly different geography. Small changes, big consequences. The timeline merged with another, creating mismatched memories. 2 Earths, 1 map 3. Our memories belong to a previous version of Earth, a version we no longer live on. Some people believe the shift happened quietly, like a soft update. Others think it was sudden, instant at around 2012. And if the map is wrong, what else changed? This is where things stop being fun internet theories and start sounding like actual forensic evidence of a timeline merge. Because thousands of people aren't just saying, "I remember the map differently." They're describing the same specific anomalies from different countries, cultures, and backgrounds, with no way to coordinate their memories. Let's break it down. Dur Evidence Group 1. The impossible satellite footage. Several researchers archived old-school geography videos, VHS tapes, and early 2000s satellite animations from NASA and ESA. Then something strange happened. Modern high-res reconstructions do not match the original footage. Examples. South America people found educational videos from the 90s showing South America directly beneath North America instead of shifted far east. Even the old digital globes show this position. The Mediterranean historical travel documentaries show a noticeably wider Mediterranean Sea, especially between Italy and Greece. Africa's tilt. Older animations show Africa slightly rotated. Today it is positioned perfectly straight. Geologists dismissed it as projection differences. But projection changes don't affect every region. Something changed. At Evidence Group 2, physical artifacts from the old map. People have found globes, vintage atlases, children's map puzzles, travel souvenirs, geography posters, all showing positions that do not match today's world. Now here's the disturbing part. Even among the same edition of a product, some copies show different geography. Example, 2 identical printings of the 2006 World Atlas showed, one with Sri Lanka directly under India, one with Sri Lanka shifted southeast, current reality. Same edition. Same year, same ISBN. Different Earth. No explanation. Evidence Group 3. The multi-memory phenomenon. Ask people where these were. New Zealand majority remember it northwest of Australia, not southeast. Japan people remember it farther south, closer to Taiwan. Greenland people remember it smaller, much smaller. These aren't small errors. They're entire geographical identities, and these same memory clusters appear globally. Evidence Group 4. Travel stories that no longer add up. This part is chilling. Thousands report remembering. Flight times that no longer match, coastlines looking wrong on trips, islands missing or appearing, distances feeling shorter or longer. One viral story, a man flew from Brazil to New York in 1998. He remembered, "We went almost straight up." But today's map shows that direct line is impossible. South America is too far east. He wasn't alone. Hundreds of others confirmed the same memory. Evidence Group 5. The Cartographer's Confession. In 2016, a retired mapmaker anonymously posted, "We were told not to question location discrepancies in legacy maps." The official explanation was always early drafts or projection errors. But sometimes the old maps were too correct. Correct in ways they shouldn't have been. After 48 hours, the post vanished. Account deleted, but the screenshots exist. Or Evidence Group 6. The mass memory alignment. Data shows something impossible. People who notice one map Mandela effect also remember the same other map shifts. This means it's not random, it's not confusion. It's a collective memory cluster, as if millions of people lived on the same Earth, shared the same geography, but woke up in a different one. It's like a whole version of Earth got overwritten. And some people kept the old file. So what does all of this prove? None of this is trivial. You're looking at changed artifacts, mismatched historical media, collective memory clusters, impossible geographical inconsistencies, deleted testimonies, altered educational materials. If one of these happened, you could call it coincidence. But all of them happening, matching each other. Worldwide, something happened. Something global. Something we weren't told about. And this leads us to the final chapter. This is the part most people aren't ready for, because it takes the Mandela effect out of the realm of quirky memory mistakes and places it right inside the architecture of reality itself. No exaggeration. This is the most disturbing theory circulating among researchers. Theory: Earth didn't change. We did. This theory claims we are not living on the same version of Earth we were born on. Literally, a physical shift, a relocation, into a nearly identical copy. Most people never remembered, but millions did. And their memories of geography aren't wrong. They're residual data from their point of origin. The core idea, timeline drift. In physics, there's a concept called decoherence, where two identical systems slowly drift apart. Imagine two Earths, Earth A, Earth B, almost perfectly identical, separated only by microscopic quantum differences. But over time, those differences become large enough to notice. A country shifts slightly, a coastline changes shape, a character disappears, a historical event bends, a universe forks. Now imagine something forced these timelines to merge, but violently. What caused the merge? Here are the top 3 theories investigators argue over. 1. CERN interference, the 2012 spike. In 2012, CERN recorded an unusual energy anomaly on the same day they confirmed the Higgs boson. Many claim this was the event that merged nearby timelines. Not enough to create a new universe, but enough to rewire which one we ended up in. 2. Quantum migration, the multi-Earth theory. This theory says consciousness isn't fixed. When your native timeline destabilizes, your awareness automatically jumps to the most similar surviving one, like switching servers in an online game. Except your memories come from the old server. The world around you belongs to the new one. This explains map changes, missing characters, altered brands, rewritten history, entire people remembering different Earth layouts you didn't change. The universe you woke up in did. 3. The timeline pruning protocol. This comes from leaked whistleblower documents. Only one version of each major timeline is allowed to persist for long-term stability. Meaning, parallel universes don't spread infinitely. Removed. When a timeline is deleted, consciousness from that timeline merges into the nearest compatible one. So millions of people suddenly appear here, but with memories from a world that no longer exists. Emotional residue researchers noticed something strange. People who remember the old Earth map don't just remember it visually, they remember it emotionally. Example, when asked to point to where New Zealand used to be, they don't say, "I think it was there." They say, "It felt like it was there." There's a difference. Your brain can misremember data, but it cannot misremember the emotional weight tied to a place. That kind of memory only comes from one thing: lived experience. You lived on a version of Earth where the map was different. The paradox of memory. Here's the part no scientist can explain. If millions of people are misremembering, then why are they misremembering the same exact details? Not similar. There is no psychological model that explains collective, global, matched false memories. There is a model that explains collective residual data from a merged timeline. The disturbing implication. If this theory is correct, then the Mandela Effect isn't a mistake. It's a warning, a side effect of something enormous. A timeline collapsing, a catastrophic quantum event, a merge between parallel Earths, a pruning of unstable universes, or a forced relocation of consciousness, and we felt the shockwave without knowing it. So, what does all of this mean? Why do millions of people remember a different Earth, a different map, a different geography that never existed here? Why do they recall islands, countries, and coastlines with the same precision, the same emotion, the same certainty, when every atlas in this timeline says they're wrong? Here is the truth the world isn't ready to face. The map didn't change. The timeline did. And most people slept straight through the shift. Only a fraction woke up remembering pieces of the previous reality, slivers of a world that no longer exists, a geography from a version of Earth we were never meant to return to. Those memories aren't glitches, they're coordinates to a lost timeline. And every Mandela Effect is another breadcrumb leading back to the same terrifying conclusion. Something happened to our reality. Something big, something intentional. Some claim it was a physics accident. Others whisper about a deliberate merge. Some believe it was a cosmic safeguard, and a few insist it was a warning that we ignored. But one thing is certain. No one remembers the same map by accident. Not identical details, not global patterns, not precise emotional memory. That is the signature of a shift, a migration, a merge of consciousness from one Earth to another. And maybe, just maybe, we weren't supposed to notice, but we did. And the more we uncover, the more the cracks in reality spread open, revealing a universe where timelines collide, where maps rewrite themselves, and where the truth hides in the places we were never meant to look. This was the map changes nobody noticed, but now you noticed. And that means someone else might notice you.